Sacramentals are not meaningless gestures and devotions, nor amulets and talismans for protection. The blessed object itself is not the source of power, but the faith that goes with it. Father Dan Reehil explained that the doctrine of Exop Operado does not apply in regards to the blessing of sacramentals. Thus, the blessing of sacramentals will be effective only if done by a faithful priest who is currently in a state of grace. Therefore, when you go to a Catholic priest for the blessing of your sacramentals, be sure to choose a faithful priest, and you have reason to believe that the priest is in a state of grace. Listen now to Father Dan Reehil explains about the blessings of sacramentals.
You should have sacramentals in your home, holy water, and the holy water should have exorcism salt in it. And I know, I'm sure these priests do this because they seem like really good, devout men. But if you go to a priest and say, can you bless my whatever, or can you make this holy water, and they do a drive-by like this and keep walking, go to another priest. Because here's the secret on sacramentals. The sacraments have the power in and of themselves. Sacraments, baptism, confirmation, Eucharist. Exop Operado. So the very sacrament contains the power and will always be valid as long as you say the valid matter and form. It's always valid. The power is there. Regardless of the holiness of the priest, Jesus knew there would be problems with his church. He said, I'm not going to hold it against the people that the priests aren't perfect. I will make the sacraments valid always. Sacramentals, that's a different story. That's a different story. That power is derived by the faith and the holiness of the person dispensing the prayer, the priest, and the recipient. So it does matter for sacramentals, the holiness of your priest. It's just the way it works. I'm sorry. I mean, I think you're in good shape here, though. You shouldn't have a problem. But that's really true. So when you're getting something blessed, make sure the priest is a priest that believes, that has faith, that prays, and that's using I always say the long form is always probably better than doing the shortcut form. And that's just my little 2 cents on sacramentals. And exorcism, by the way, is a sacramental. So the bishop's very kind of fussy and choosy when they make an exorcist. They want him to be somebody who's praying, day in, day out.
Exop Operado, the sacrament is not wrought by the righteousness of either the celebrant or the recipient, but by the power of God. From the moment that a sacrament is celebrated in accordance with the intention of the Church, the power of Christ and His Spirit acts in and through it, independently of the personal holiness of the minister. Examples of the sacraments are baptism, confession, marriage, communion, anointing of the sick, confirmation, and holy orders. The doctrine of Exop Operado applies to the sacraments. Thus all the above sacraments are valid even if the priest administering them is in a state of mortal sin. On the other hand, sacramentals are holy objects. Examples are holy water, Saint Benedict medal, crucifix, holy oil, brown scapular, etc. The demons keep their distance in the presence of sacramentals. Thus sacramentals by itself can exorcise a place. The doctrine of Exop Operado does not apply merely by the act of blessing of sacramentals. The priest must have strong faith and must be in a state of grace for the blessing to be effective. Conclusion. Remember, as Father Dan Reehil explained, the doctrine of Exop Operado does not apply with regards to the blessings of sacramentals.